I'm out at the Riverside at a restaurant. It's pretty pricey, actually. I'll show you. Stuff should only be like $1.50, but it's like $5, $4. $6 for chicken nuggets. I think coffee's like $3 too, but it's like a long weekend and I didn't do any vacation, so this little sit down by the river is my... It's because the location's right on the riverside. You're going to pay a bit more. That's what's happening. That's all way too much. So I think I'm gonna get this. It's $4.75 and an iced coffee. Hey Rupert, what's going on? Can I get this one and an iced coffee? Yes. Thank you. So yeah, I was just showing you guys I'm paying a little bit more for breakfast. I guess you see me doing that a lot. But in the videos too, I want to make it more special than eating out of a plastic bag on the street corner. Like I can sit down with a nice view here and everything. But if you just saw on that menu, I'm getting like a breakfast set for $4.75 and then a coffee is probably going to be at $3 or $2.75 or something. So it's going to end up being $6 or $7 or $8 for this breakfast, and you could spend that in a whole day on food. $8 could be your all 3 meals put together. But I'm having just breakfast. Thanks, Rupert. Yeah, you always look forward to my videos. Well, I came out here to it's Monday right now. I don't know. I'm in the future to work for most time zones, so it's like, all right, I lost connection. See, I came out to the Riverside. Oh, is it working? Yeah. And my plan was to do 3 different things. I would like film enough and store it in my camera, enough footage to edit it into 3 separate videos. And I was going to do one at start at the cat cafe. There's a cat cafe here where you can get coffee and stuff and food, and then there's like full of cats inside. So I went there first, and it's like a $4 just to go in, to not even just a $4 ticket to be in there. And I had to look at the menu while I was standing outside, and it's like really pricey as well. And I thought, and it looked like the cats are in a back separate room for the rest of the cafe, so I'd have to just be in a normal cafe and then go into the back. Like I thought they'd be all immersive and everything, so I kind of walked away from there like, I think that could be a better video if I had friends with me or other people and you could see us all interacting with the cats, and maybe I'll go back with some friends or something. So I started walking like, where else can I get food? And you know what, I'll do a live while I'm here instead of in my living room at nighttime, like with a blank wall behind me. At least here there's like great view here. I'm right on the riverside. I haven't eaten yet all day. It's like noon or 1 in the afternoon. I forget what time it is. I'm using my phone for this, so I can't see the time, but it's like 1 in the afternoon probably, or 1:30. I haven't even eaten at all yet, so that's part of why I gave in to the expensive place too. I'm walking by, like, I see this place, like, oh, that'd be perfect for a video, and then I thought, well, it's going to be expensive, and then I'm looking around like, oh, I don't even know where else I'm going to go, and I'm so hungry. So I wanted to film the cat cafe, and then I was going to walk along the Riverside and the Royal Palace and film a video about the best way to move here and become a teacher. Wow, thank you. And explain like the route that I took to move here. So going through the AVSE TESOL course, they help you arrange everything to get to the country. Then they do an in-person course in Phnom Penh, and you meet like 10 other friends at the same time. So then that's taken care of. Now you have a group of friends, and you practice and study with each other. And then near the end, they put you into real schools as practice. And then they line you up with a job placement afterwards. So I was going to make a video about all the reasons why that's the best way to come over here and follow in the same footsteps I took. So I was going to do Cat Cafe, that video, and then walk down the other way down Riverside. And I used to be, when I first moved here, I was in a hotel close to here for almost a month and walking around. And there's a street there that's like a clothing market. Just out on the street, shoes, shirts, like dress shirts, clothes, and I need a new belt. And that's actually where I got the belt I'm wearing now. I bought it in this market like over a year ago, and it's starting to rip apart now. But I remember it was really cheap. I think I paid 50 cents or $1 or something. So I'm going to make a video there too. So I was going to do Cat Cafe, you know, how to move here and be a teacher, and then go to the clothing market. But the Cat Cafe is out the window because it's too expensive. I didn't get a good vibe standing out in front of it. It looked super quiet and boring inside, and really quiet. So imagine I come in with my camera and a big loud voice, oh, hi, and you can get cafes and lattes here, and it just looked like a big empty, echoey, quiet place, and the cats aren't even there. You have to then go upstairs to a separate room to play with cats, and I'd be like by myself. So I think I'm going to come back there with, I work with a few teachers at school. They're 2 females, and they would really love the cats, and we hang out often. So maybe I'll get them out, and we'll do that in a separate video. Honest AI says that cat cafe is pretty cool. Yeah, on the website it looked nice. Like it's called CHHMA or something. Hey man, did you find local musicians to play with? Oh, how did you? So Matthew's asking, how did I find local musicians to play with? Well, I started going to open mics. That was literally the only way. I kept saying, there's no music scene here. And I'd visited my friend in Hanoi, and they had so much music scene, but he was bringing me to the places. So you have to like know what places. And there actually is a lot of live music here. And if you just look at Facebook events, or there's a website called Leng Pleng, LENGPLENG. And they post shows, posters, and listings on there. But I started going to open mics, and if you have to go consistently. It doesn't take long. So go to one and try your best to talk to people, even if it's just 2 seconds, small talk. And then if you go back the very next week, it has to be in a row, like come back the next week. Right, just from 2 times in a row, you know, those same people will remember you, and hey man, and everyone's really welcoming. And then especially if you keep going, like what if you went every week for 2 months? Boom, those are your friends now, and you could even suggest, hey, let's form a band. The way I found it is that open mic had like a house band, and the bass player was just leaving, and I was kind of able to just, I could just walk up and play with them without any, like I could just jam along with them, and it was fine. So they were like, whoa, this is easy and working out really well, you should just be in our band. So I did. Then I started going to a different open mic, which is, I just posted a video like 2 days ago or a day ago at Cloud Open Mic. And that's where I met the new band I'm going to start playing with. We're about to have our first band practice like next week. It's going to be, because we haven't jammed, I'm not really sure what it'll be like, but it sounds like it's going to be a lot like Rage Against the Machine or Linkin Park mixed together, and our own thing, so like hip-hop and heavy rock. Honest AI. Well, I like cats. Yeah, I really like cats too. I had to leave one behind when I moved here. That's why I thought it would be good. I don't know, just my vibe right now. And then I was really hungry too, and I felt weird going in there. I could still go back. I just got to Riverside now, and I've got like 5 hours of daylight, so I could go do the other two videos I thought of first, and then do the cat cafe later this afternoon after I have food and I feel better maybe. Also on the door it says they'll give you free socks, and I'm wearing bare feet and flip-flops right now. So I know that sounds like, well, there you go, there's the solution, but it just made me feel weird. Like, I guess they'll make you take off your shoes when you go up to when you go play with the cats, and then they don't want bare feet, so they'll give you socks, and then maybe that's what the $3.50, or it costs like $3.50 or $4 to go in there. It's probably to pay for the socks, so you gotta basically like buy socks to go from them to play with the cats. So I don't know, I was sketched out by all the weirdness and the signs and the admission fee, and plus I was starving, so I came here first. My plan was to do a live later tonight, but then I wouldn't be anywhere cool, so I thought it'd be better to do it now. Wow. Thank you. So they just brought my food. Check this out. So although it is pricey, this was $4.75. At least it's done really nice. Like, it's a grilled tomato and a sausage, bacon, big omelet. It's not overly hot today, which is nice. Lately it's been like, the other day I posted on my Instagram, it was in the weather app, it'll tell you what it feels like with the humidity. So it was like 38, but the humidity made it feel like it was like 44. I've never had like 44 degrees. Now it's more normal with the breeze, maybe because I'm by the river. It's still a hot day, but it's not excessive. I bet you it's like 30, something like that, 30 with a breeze. Rap rock bands are cool. Yeah, it is. When they first asked me, I thought it was going to be like a hip-hop band, like 90s hip-hop. Because there's even a member in the band that's a turntables DJ guy, like a scratcher. But I guess, Linkin Park has one of those, and I think Rage Against the Machine does too. So Boozehammer's asking, have you ran into the huntsman spider yet? That thing scares the hell out of me. No, I haven't. To be honest, I've seen no spiders here. I saw way more spiders in Canada. In your house, or in your basement, you move something, or you look behind the furnace or something, and you could see a spider, or every once in a while, you look up in the corner of your room, and up there in the corner is a little web, and you can see a little spider there, or in the basement or something. And here I'm in the jungle. You see lots of you're way more likely in your house, as pests, you'll see ants or a beetle or something like a cockroach looking thing. Here it's more common. It doesn't mean you live in a nasty, dirty building if you see a cockroach, because it's you're in the jungle. There's bugs everywhere. So any little beetle, you'll be like, that's a cockroach. But there's ants and little beetles and things that you might find in your bathroom or whatever. But spiders, I swear I've been here for a year and a half, and I've only seen if you guys know what a daddy longlegs is, that's what we call them in Canada. It's like a spider that's a tiny little circle body, but really long legs sticking out of it. And they're harmless, and you see them camping a lot when you go camping. I've seen miniature versions of those where the legs aren't even that long, but it's the same style of bug, a small daddy short legs. And I've seen that only twice. So I've never seen spiders. Here they eat tarantulas. And I actually had I had promised my channel, you guys, that once I got monetized, I would eat a tarantula. So that's coming up at some point. I think when I want to do that is I'll eat the tarantula when I go. At some point, I'm going to go to Siem Reap and collab with For Real and Dave Does Cambodia and Autumn in Asia, like all the other big Cambodia YouTube channels. And when I hang out with them, maybe I'll go live with them with me and eat the tarantula like in front of all of them and make it a big event or something, a big online event. Went to the casinos? No, I haven't. I saw them. I went to Sihanoukville and you could see the casinos, but I never went in any. I've been to Vegas before and I liked roulette. I did well, even though it's by chance, but the ball landing in the thing is by chance, but you can have strategy by how much you're betting and in what ways. There's different ways you can bet or stack or black or red or odd or even or, you know, and how much you're betting and this and that. And you can kind of see, it keeps track on a little screen what the last like 10 spins have been. So if you see they're all 10 blacks in a row, maybe you feel like, well, we're due for a red and you could put all your money on red. So there's like some thinking and strategy behind it. But in the end, the ball is random, lands on the thing. But I turned $10 into like $300 playing roulette over the course of a really long time. I was just betting only, even when I won a lot, I would put all that in my pocket and just keep betting the minimum $10. But I kept on winning a little bit, and saving it. And just because I won, I wasn't putting it all in and losing it. I would still just keep all that and then just bet the small amount. And I kept winning in small amount. Farang Love says, have you met Itchy Feet on the Cheap? I haven't met them in person, but I've talked to them in the comments and stuff. And I'm from Toronto, Canada, and so are they. And it's mainly the guy, but his partner, the girl, and I don't know if it's his wife or whatever, but I think it's Sarah or Sam. I talked to them, and they asked me what part of Toronto, and she lived like in the same neighborhood as where I lived. So they're from like the exact same place in Canada that I'm from. But I haven't met them in person. He gave me some advice in a comment. He's a really nice guy, really kind of funny guy. There used to be a Poker King in Red Fox Bar. Might not be there anymore. Oh, Poker Game. I've never been in Red Fox Bar. I don't know. This sausage is really good, by the way. It looks white. It might be a chicken sausage. I don't know what's made. The meat is a weird color, but it tastes so good. You guys have any more questions? I'm just putting some butter on my bread. Any interest in renting a bike? I know traffic is crazy, but it seems like fun to just ride where you want. Yeah, a lot of my friends do it. One of my friends bought a bike. That's even better. If you know you're going to be here for even more than 6 months, it's almost worth buying a bike because you can sell it after. Oh, I dropped egg, but I caught it. Because obviously when you buy a bike, when you don't want it anymore, you move away from Cambodia, you can sell it again and get your money back. If you're just renting, you don't get that money back. And at the rental places, they need to keep something from you. They often ask to keep your passport. So they keep your passport like in a locked drawer. And I don't really like that idea either. But at first I was just too afraid to get a motorbike because it's too crazy here. But everyone who has one says, oh my God, it's no big deal. Don't be such a wuss. It's like twist and go, and that's it. And you just fart around and you can get anywhere whenever you want. And it's like faster than the tuk-tuks because you can kind of weave a bit more and you can speed a little bit because they're on the job. They got to be a lot more safe and they can't go so fast. But I think if I lived like not in a crazy city. Like if I lived a little more, even in Siem Reap would be better. Or like, you know, something a little more away from a busy city, I would for sure have one. In a couple of months, I'm about to move more downtown, which will even make it less of a reason why I need one, because I'll be right central. Everything I need will be really close to me. Right now, I live very north of where all the action, so it's like a half an hour tuk-tuk. I could really use a bike now. I could, like, it would really be useful for me. But in a couple of months, I'm about to move right where I'll be around everything I need. Is there a Mrs. Trips Out? No, there's not. Someone's asking. Yeah, I'm single, but I'm still looking for one. Matthew says tuk-tuks are a lot more dangerous when they tip. Yeah, I've heard that. Or if you got into an accident, they fold in on themselves like a pop can, and you could be like trapped inside or have metal bent in on you or something. They're not, the frame isn't like gonna, you know, if a car's T-bones you in a tuk-tuk, you could be squished inside of a frame of metal. Like, and Matthew's saying they tip. Who's Hammer? Not gonna lie, that food looked good. Yeah, it is. It's very good. But you know what? On a daily basis, I couldn't afford this. I sort of said all the reasons. I was like, F it, I'm gonna go here. Like, looking around, like, I don't know where else to go. The Cat Cafe fell through for me. And it's like 1 p.m, I haven't eaten yet, so as I'm looking around, my stomach's like, we can't walk around searching anymore. So I'm standing right in front of this place. I just said, okay, I'll just get like the cheapest thing they have here or whatever. What's the difference? Maybe at a cheaper place I would have spent, with a coffee and everything, like $3.50, $4. So I might spend an extra I'm wasting $3 extra here. And yeah, that sucks, but I've got all you guys in the video. At least it's not an empty chat. It's making it more interesting. It's also, this is a long weekend and I didn't go anywhere. So this is my staycation treat, I guess. Spending an extra $3 on myself for breakfast. Right? Well, plus to tuk-tuk out here, it's like $2.40 just to get here. And I gotta go back again. So here and back is $5. This meal is gonna be like $7 or $8. So just this breakfast and the tuk-tuk is gonna be 12 or 13. And I on my day-to-day, I try to stay under 10 for the whole day. All my meals and coffees, everything, try to keep it up to $10. So far I'm at like 13. I've only had one meal. So you can't do this every day. Frang Love. Is the Grab bike or Uber for motorbikes? No, not in Cambodia. I'm pretty sure. Like in Vietnam, when you order a Grab for transportation, like a tuk-tuk, Grab is the app here, if you don't know. They also bring you food. It's like Uber. And they do everything. And in Vietnam, you can order a Grab where it's a guy on a motorcycle, pulls up to you and hands you a helmet, and you get on behind him and hang on to him. And they're wearing like a Grab uniform, and you actually get on a guy's motorbike. In Cambodia, they don't have the motorbike thing where you hop on a motorbike. You get into a tuk-tuk, or they have like a bigger style tuk-tuk, or the remorque, or a car, or an SUV. It goes like, those are all the tiers. How are you going to get a missus with spending under $10? Well, I mean, for myself day to day, like if I was alone. But still, you don't have to spend that much more to feed two people. Like I'm talking about, my food and drink budget is under 10, and I try to keep tuk-tuking too in there. But like, if you added, let's say I'm spending $4 on myself or something. If you add another just $2, you could feed two people. Like you don't have to, what I'm saying is you don't have to double what you're spending to feed twice the people. You could just add another $1 or $2 maybe get another rice or get another one more little thing, and then you split everything, and you could make it work for sure. It's actually cheaper if you're feeding 2 people, I think, and you split it. When I was in Indonesia, they have Gojek, same thing. Jason King. That's how Khmer singer Kek Chantley died from. She sang that song, 3 Barang in a Tuk Tuk. Have you heard that song? Listen to it. It has Anthony Bourdain at the start. I don't know what she means by that. Oh, no, thank you. I don't have any.
This is we have fundraising, sir. This is help for the children. This help, sir. You can buy all products, sir.
No, thank you. I'm sorry. I don't have any money. So there's people that it just happened. I didn't want to shine the camera on them, but people come up to you and try to sell you things or beg for money. Even if you're in a restaurant, they'll come right up into the restaurant, right up as you're taking a bite of food, and stand in front of you and ask you, please sir, and they're begging. And I go, oh, I'm sorry, no thank you, I don't have any money right now. And then they'll just stand there with like this silent attitude, and they look at your food, and then they look at you, and they're giving you a look like, you're buying this nice food here and you're telling me no. And they just stand there and let you feel awkward they let the 10 seconds just simmer on you. And then they go, please, it's for fundraising, sir. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I've told you 3 times. And then they walk away and you feel a guilt trip. There's attitude in their body language as they walk away, kind of. And I'm here with my luxury chef meal right here, and they're staring at that while I tell them I have no money. No, and here's the kicker. Well, she looked sweet, actually. It was a kind of a middle-aged woman there, but a lot of the time it's all a huge lie. Like, she's taking that money to give. She doesn't get any of it. It's going to go to some guy that's gambling or buying drugs or something. Same with little kids. It could happen at like midnight, and you'll have like a 5-year-old girl come up to you trying to sell bracelets, and they're all dirty, and they're like, please buy this like pack of gum or buy this like bracelet I made. And I'm thinking, why are you even walking around so late? They got no shoes on, and it's like midnight, and they're walking into bars trying to sell stuff to people. And you feel bad, and you give them money. They're not getting any of the money. They have to give it all to like whoever, like their bosses, and then that's it. And they just get pushed back out on the street to keep working. So they say the best thing to do is never give them money, because then you're not supporting that whole industry, right? Like, then those people will realize the only way to make actual way to make money is to get a proper job or do it legitimately, not pretend you're begging. One time this happened to me around here, and I was at a pizza place, and it was like this thing I just told you with kids really late at night, and it was like a little girl and then her little sister, even younger, and they were both very little, and the taller one was doing most of the talking, and she's asking me, buy this gum, buy this bracelet, no, do you have any money? No. And I had like 2 slices of pizza left of my like medium pizza. And again, they don't take no and walk away. They stand there. They let the awkward silence like eat away at you, because then you're going to change your mind. And she's standing there, and then she starts like, her mouth is almost like crying, kind of. Her face looks like she's going to cry, and she points at my pizza like with these like hungry eyes. She's like 6 years old, and the sister's like 4 years old or something. So I gave them the rest of the pizza, and the older one like took it and saved some of it, and then split the other one in half and gave it to her. It's like she's the mom, and she's only like 7 or whatever. And they were splitting. So one time I gave the kids pizza, but I felt like that's something they're not going to take back to their pimp or whatever. Maybe not. That's not the right word, but like their con artist boss won't be able to get a piece of that pizza. Like, at least I could help feed them hungry little kids, but. Frang Love says, yeah, that's why you give them bread. She can split it with the pimp or whoever. I had an old lady almost choke me out in Bali begging me to buy her bracelets. Yeah, they get pretty. They don't give up right away. They want you to, like, they stand there, because when you feel no, you kind of feel bad and it's awkward, and you look them in the eye and then they don't move. They just stay standing there. And now it's up to you again to, like, look them in the eye again and say, no, go away. And the longer they stand there, the more you're in a position where you have to appear like you're confrontational. And that's like the last thing you want, right? You're trying to nicely say no, but because they're not moving, it's making you look worse and worse. And then the more that you feel that, you're gonna just, to you, you'd rather just give them, okay, here's 1,000 real, like 25 cents. And they want to make you feel like that's the easier way to get rid of them than to sit through that awkwardness for a really long time and then feel bad for the next 5-10 minutes. Like, you have to keep telling yourself you're helping them by not paying them. Speaking of begging for money, this YouTube channel is monetized now. So if you're one of my crazy fans and you've been wondering how you can help support, you can. Super chats and super thanks are available in the live. I never expected, so I'm just happy you're here, because it would suck to have to talk to my phone with no one in the room at all. But before I was monetized, people would often ask that, how can I support you, or do you have a PayPal, or is there a way we can blah blah blah, or if you have a special request that you want me to make a video about something really specific, or a hotel you're thinking about getting, but you'd want to see what it looks like in real life, I could go there and videotape it. Like, so if you send some kind of donation and a question or a request from me, I'll do it. But I don't make bracelets and I don't sell gum. Go to a bar in the Riverside. I'm sure people will send you drink money. I basically am. Check this out, Frang Love. I'm in a bar on the Riverside. Mai Tai, $4. So if you want to see me chug a Mai Tai, send $4. Yeah, maybe you joined a little late. I explained why I went to a cat cafe first, but I didn't go inside. I was just outside the door. They're trying to charge like $4 just to go in the cat cafe. And then their menu prices are really expensive too. And they give you socks you have to put on and stuff. And I'm just like, what's all these rules and prices and ticket fee? And I was starving too, and I'm trying to think, what should I do next? And I thought, okay, I'm just going to get food. Then I'm standing on the corner here and I'm looking around, and I know this place would be expensive because the location is just key. And it looks nice, but I'm looking around, my stomach's growling. It's like 1 PM, I haven't eaten yet, so I'm like, F it, I'm just going to eat right here. So I'm probably spending like $7 or $8 on this meal, but as I was saying, it's kind of like a long weekend and I didn't do any vacation, so this is my little treat for myself, spending an extra $3 or $4 on breakfast. It's my little vacation for myself. And I'm making this live while I do it. All right, thank you, Booze Hammer. If I knew your real name, I would thank you properly. I really appreciate it. You don't have to do that. Thank you so much. Okay, TEFL question. Would you recommend getting one on your own or getting one in Cambodia? I would recommend doing it in Cambodia. Don't do the one in Siem Reap. I've heard bad stories about that's like people call it a rat trap, or like it's bad accommodations and sort of poor quality building and stuff like that. And also, they're not government certified. The TEFL course I took is in person in Cambodia, and it's with AVSE, and there's a link in the description of this video. You can check it out. And it takes place in Phnom Penh, which is also where there's way more jobs, and they're connected to all the schools. So as you're doing the course, they actually, as part of the course, once you're about 3 weeks in and you've learned stuff, they bring you to the real schools and you take over a class for an hour, and the actual teacher sits at the back and watches you and gives you feedback. And you get to try that 8 times. Each time is with a different age group. So after the 8 times, you've had to try at kindergarten, like grade 3, grade 7, like all a mix of all age groups up to adult. So then not only do you have that experience, but you have a feel for when you want to look for a job, you know what age group kind of works for you as well. And you've met like 10 other friends in your class that you study together. A lot of people's fear of coming here is you're moving here all alone and you're leaving your friends behind and you have to try to make new friends. And with this course, you'd meet like 10 friends instantly and you become a pack and you do things together on the weekend and you study together and role play off each other. And then you get a job placement coming out of it. In the last few days, right before graduating, I was already getting emails from schools to set up job interviews. And it's because the school just sends your resume out, and it's kind of like the school really favors that because it's AVSC is sending your resume on your behalf, so they already know this is coming from a trusted place. So we've hired people from there before. They're a really good school, really good people come out of there, stuff like that. No, so Farang saying print out a fake one. Yeah, there's ones online you can get for cheap, but I feel like you don't really learn online properly. You'll be watching a video and skipping through it and just trying to get to the end. Like you actually learn proper skills on how to be a teacher and manage a classroom, and it's like specifically geared towards the culture in Cambodia and the way the kids want to learn and the way the schools want you to teach and things like that. This course really is specific for that. And the certificate you get is very strong, probably the strongest one in Asia because it's government accredited. So it's not just some print off the internet like Farang Love is saying, which can work for like the really cheap jobs, but you could be way more competitive with what salary you're getting and what quality of school you're going to work at if you have a legit certificate and you get way more teaching practice coming out of it. So you already get looking for a job, you already have experience and you have a government accredited certificate, you're already ahead of most people, especially people that have one printed off the internet. All right. Thank you for that donation, by the way. Oh, Matthew, thank you so much. Really appreciate. This is what they do in Cambodia all the time for like hello and thank you and akun. Matthew says, "Hey dude, have a beer on me. Really appreciate all the info you have given us. Cheers." Thank you so much. You have no idea how much it's showing me in Canadian dollars. It's $5.50 Canadian. You have no idea how much how far that goes combined with the other $5. You've just both of you together have basically covered an entire day of living for me, like 3 meals. Coming up I'm trying to build this because I'm finishing this school year. I work full-time as a teacher, and then I'm not working in the summer. I'm going to visit Canada in August, visit home, and then when I come back for September, I want to hopefully just be a full-time creator and have the best Cambodia channel, be posting like at least 3 times a week and plus lives, and I'm going to be a musician too. I'm playing in 2 bands and doing gigs. So I want to be way more creative, and if I could survive off that, it would be amazing. But I have a pretty strong feeling I'm too small. So I'll have to work part-time teaching as well, or maybe even remain full-time teaching. I can't even make the jump yet, maybe. So I have to see how the next few months go between now and September if I can grow this. And it's with supportive people like you, thanks to you guys, like it could almost be a possibility. And I promise I'll keep bringing you the goods, and it'll get better and better. Like as I go, I'm getting better at editing, I'm getting better stuff. I could get a drone soon, maybe. I just bought an iPad, so you might have noticed my videos are in 60 frames per second, so they're way more clear now. And I'm going to make longer videos as well. Let's see what you guys wrote here. I think you can get more donations if you walk around where the girls are and interview them. Yeah, it's good. I always need ideas. I know that's what you're all about, but I could do that. You have to just keep in mind there's like families watching my thing, so I can't get too inappropriate. But it's not inappropriate to walk on a street and talk to people that have that job and stuff like that. That's okay. Yeah, I'm just saying way more tips if he needs it. Yeah. Yeah, you paid for my lunch. Where can you get electronics there? Like a gaming PC? Whose Hammer asks. Well, there's it's just like in North America or UK. Like there's computer stores you could go to, or if you don't like independent shops because they look a little like they're still developing here, you could go to when you go to a mall here, it's equally as modern as if you're in New York City or LA or something. It's like the Aeon Mall. The malls here are completely, totally modern, up to date. So you could find stores. They don't have like Best Buy, but you could find like an Apple store or like an Apple. They don't have an actual Apple store, but you can get an Apple. You know, they're like approved to sell Apple stuff. Or computer stores. There's those kinds of big stores here. So it's not like everything you need to buy is going to come off the back of some guy's cart. There's real shops here and real big malls and big buildings with stores inside, like just like in the developed part of the world. What did you find the hardest about your first couple of days of teaching? That's a good question. Well, my nightmare is always, and it's never really happened because I worry about it so much that I have enough material it doesn't happen to me, but my nightmare, especially in the beginning, because you don't know what to do when you don't have much experience, basically, right? So when you're first starting, and my biggest fear was always, because you have a lesson plan, but imagine you have to fill 50 minutes, almost an hour, and imagine you finish everything on your lesson plan within 30 minutes. So you get to the last thing and you're like, okay, and that's why we put an apostrophe there. Okay, guys? All right. And then you look down at your watch and you're finished now. You have nothing left to say. You have no more material planned, and you look down at your watch and there's 20 minutes left. And there's a camera in the room where the principal could be watching you, and you can't just say, well, free time for the last half of the class. Like, so my nightmare would always be like running out of things to teach or do, or examples for them, things for them to do when and there's still tons of time left. So what I would always do is have games in your back pocket planned, or have some worksheets, like even if it's a word search or a crossword, like word search on one side, other side, like fill in the blanks on whatever topic you're teaching them that week, like past tense or whatever. So worksheets, we call those backup, obviously, like that's an obvious name for it. So if you have a lot of backup, you're always saved. Even if you don't use it, you could just save it for the next time. So have some worksheets, have some backup games planned. Often what I do is I have that stuff, and then also there's online games you can even pull out as a backup. Like if you run out of worksheets too and you still have more time, there's a site called Bamboozle with 2 A's, BAA, Bamboozle. It's basically like you flip cards around on the screen and I project it up on the board. So they yell out, okay, do number 10. And then I click on 10 and it flips around with like a question. And they try to answer it. And then if they got it right or wrong, I have to click right or wrong, and it gives that team points. You kind of split the class into half that side, half that side. All right, and this team won. And anything competitive, they go crazy for it. And these Bamboozle games or quizzes, like you go to the website and you can type in things like past perfect tense, and they'll be like every single card will be a question on the stuff we're learning. So it's not even like a cop-out waste of time. It's like you're pulling it out of your back pocket because you ran out of stuff, but you open it up and it's really pertinent, or it really it's still going along with what you were teaching them. It's still significant, still relevant. That's what I'm trying to say. It's still very relevant to the lesson. There's another website, same benefits. It's called Kahoot, but it's even more high tech because I project it up on the board and a QR code comes, and with their own cell phone, they scan and they become part of the game, and their own device is their way to answer. So questions appear on the board, projected up there, and they multiple choice, and they have to answer like a game show, but they answer on their cell phones. and then it's keeping a leaderboard on the screen of who's winning and who answered fastest and the right answers and stuff. And they all get real excited about who's winning and all that stuff. Let's see what they're saying here. I missed a bunch of questions. What did you find? Oh, we already said that. The hardest thing is the assistant teacher in the classroom who doesn't do anything. Well, after a certain grade, so he said the assistant teacher, I think that only goes up to like grade 4. After grade 4, you're just alone in there. You don't have an assistant teacher. So I teach grade 8, so I don't have any assistant teachers in there. It's like for kindergarten. Frank says, yeah, you could play them a movie. You can, especially our last unit was on documentaries. So if ever I had extra time, I'd find a quick documentary on bullying or how kids are addicted to their phones or like stuff like that. It's still educational. A teacher, there is an entertainer more than anything else. Distract the kids from themselves, like a babysitter. Yeah, it often is like that. It's like you're entertaining them, babysitting them, and then above all else, they have to be ready for whatever test or quiz is coming up. That's what I'm always thinking. So sometimes the textbook has stupid things or like waste of time stuff it's asking them to do, and I just prioritize. I can see what's going to be on their next test coming up or quiz, and I just really make sure that they know they're experts on that stuff. Do you give out prizes for the winners? Not really. It's like everyone just cheers, and it's like just glory. Frang love, those eggs getting cold. Yeah, they are. Can't even see it. Yeah, no homework is the best prize. Yeah, you could do stuff like that. Sometimes what I do as a joke is when they get something, I ask a question that I expect them, probably none of them will know it unless they're really keeners. And someone gets it right, and I go, yes, that's right. You, grade 9, you're out of here. You're up to grade 9 now. I just promote people or demote people if they're I go, that's it. Now, what do you mean you don't know? That's it, grade 7. And I'm promoting and demoting throughout the whole class, and then by the time we get to the end of the class, they've all landed back in grade 8 again. So anyone I've promoted, I'll demote them back to grade 8 and promote anyone under back up to grade 8. Just as a joke. And when people walk in late, I point at them and I go, expelled, you're expelled. Or we have this new thing where when people walk in late, I go, wow, like really loud. And then, so I do it, and then the whole class of 30 people copy me in unison right after, and the person has just stepped in and they feel humiliated, but it's like a really positive like we can't help but smile. So I'm like, I'm in the middle of talking and the door just opens and someone comes in late, and I'm like, I just look over and I go, wow, and 30 kids, wow, and then there's like giggling and laughing, and the person is like humiliated, but it's positive. That's my favorite like late thing to do. How did you enjoy the SCA Games atmosphere? I didn't really go near it. I'm seeing a lot of posts online, and they made it free, but it was really sold out. Like all the tickets are spoken for and stuff. There's just more traffic and yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you guys' support. From just the ads, like since I've been monetized, and I can see how much like YouTube ads are bringing in, I get about like 80 cents to $1.20 every day, which isn't that very good, you know. So until I get bigger, these live streams are like the best way I can try to get support. Yeah, Frank says time to trip out on Happy Pizza. It's just a few things down from here. I was thinking about going there too, but I have plans to make a bunch of videos, and if I do that, it would be great to walk around in the sunshine. But I'm worried then I'll just be like, I don't need to do any other videos. I'll just get lazy. And also, I'm still working at my school. Lots of my students watch my channel, so I don't want to. That's not something I want to do, but I'm not working the summer, so as soon as like July, I think I'll come make that video in July. Then they can't say anything. But I don't want my students to think that Happy Pizza's cool or whatever for them. Yeah, it is fun. They also do milkshakes there. If you're wondering what Happy Pizza is, it's what you think it is. I won't go into it because I have like young students watching my channel, but you can guess, they sprinkle in a special herbal ingredient that'll make you look like this and you'll be extra happy. And it's totally legal. They'll put it on top of the pizza or they'll put it in milkshakes. Frank says, can you get mushrooms at the same place? I don't think so, but I've heard of that, especially on the islands like Koh Rong, and when you're at like a island beach bar made of bamboo and they're serving drinks and milkshakes there, like often those places can throw some mushrooms in, but I don't know about that stuff. I've been watching your videos while I'm at work and I found them entertaining and full of information. Visited Cambodia in November 2022, finishing my TEFL course now. Awesome. Hopefully you'll be out here soon. You can also, I know you're doing your TEFL already, but the TESOL course I keep mentioning that I took, they have another program for people that already got their TEFL. So you might be interested in this when you complete yours. And this other course, it's meant for people that they already have a TEFL, but this helps them get a job placement. And so what they'll do is just the part of the course where you'd come here with your TEFL you have, and AVSC will bring you to schools and you get to take over the class for an hour, like 8 times. And then you also get to observe 8 times a professional teacher. And then also they'll send your resume out to all the schools and hook you up with a job placement. So that's one type of course they offer for people that already have a TEFL. And the link is in the description below if you're worried about how you're going to find a job. You could look into that. Just go to the website and reach out to them, and they're really nice and helpful, and they'll answer you and consult you on it. Oh, Farang says it's like fake mushrooms at the islands. I can't wait to start showing you guys clips of the new band I'm going to play in. It's kind of like Rage Against the Machine. We haven't jammed yet, but the leader sent us 5 songs to learn for our first jam next week. And it's like one of the songs is Rage Against the Machine. One of them is Come Out and Play by Offspring. Gotta keep them separated. That song. There's Back with another one of those block rockin' beats. There's a really old Limp Bizkit song, Take a Look Around, and then a Linkin Park song. So it's kind of like hard rock, hip hop stuff. Farang, Killing in the Name of. No, it's not that song. It's, what's it called? Microphone Fiend or something? Is that one of their songs? I forget the name of it. Like, this is my phone. Usually I would look in my phone, but my phone is doing this right now, so I can't, I think it's called Microphone Fiend. It's something Fiend. But yeah, this band isn't a joke. Like over here, you'll see a lot of bands or artists. It's really like for fun, and a couple guys jam together. There's like kind of sloppy, lots of mistakes, but like the love is still there and people can still dance and enjoy it. But if you're a musician really standing there and analyzing them, a lot of bands are not very good here, or they don't put the they don't put the kind of push to get really good. It's like, they see each other once every week or two and have a few beers and jam a couple songs, and then they get a gig every once in a while, and no one's really pushing to get good or get better or whatever, and it goes over well and this and that. This band I'm talking about that we're starting is going to be a tight ship. Like, we're really trying to be the best we can. So it's going to be like a heavier commitment and more practicing, and like lots of taking ourselves seriously, putting out promo material. Probably once we write a song or two, then, you know, when bands make their own homemade music video, like there'll be stuff like that. So there'll be lots of opportunity for me to share that stuff with you guys as I'm doing it. Yeah, Booze Hammer, that's right. EFFECT. That's what it's that song. I was a fiend before I became a teen. Yeah. So I was right. EFFECT. And I'm the bass player, if you're wondering. Why not just be a musician, play Tripped Out on Mushrooms, and film the girls around? People would tip all day. People don't tip all day, you know. And I don't blame them. I know everyone works hard for their money, and it's tough to... Everyone's juggling their own budget, and then for me to ask for money like every day from people. What I noticed is once I just got monetized and I became available, my very first live stream, people donated. And even the second time I did it, people donated. And then the third time I went live, no one really donated, but you never know who you're going to get. You can't get it every time, but my regular viewers, right? If in that first time, if you've given me some money, and you don't feel like you have to, but especially the people that did donate, if it's like 2 days later and they join a live again, you know, they're especially not going to send money again. They just gave me money, you know? So I don't expect it at all. And then especially not again, like if you've already paid me, if you've already sent something, you know, I really don't expect you to send another thing right away. So I think that's what so you're saying, people would tip you all the time, but so yeah, maybe I do a video like that and it would do really well, and then I do it the next day and the same 20 people are there and they're not one of them will send money again, right? Like, I don't, there's nothing wrong with, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, but I mean, like that plan might be a little flawed, because like you get the same fans coming back, and they've done their part. They sent their $2 or their $5, you know, and then they're not going to do that every day. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't either, you know. Or you can't expect people to afford that kind of thing. But maybe once a month. What I'm thinking of doing, pretty soon I'm going to start a memberships page on my channel too, where you pay a monthly thing like $2.99 a month, and there's exclusive videos up there only for members. So the people watching for free can't see those videos. And you get like an extra couple live streams a month and like 2 extra videos a month, and those can be maybe more inappropriate, because then I don't have students watching those, you know. Then I could really go into the lady bar things, or do things that are more adult on the members page, because then those are people paying money to have those special exclusive videos. I'm about to start that, like that section of my channel. It unlocked it saying, hey, you can do memberships now, but you have to really design it carefully, because you have to show everything that viewer will get if they're going to pay you that money every month. And so I don't just want to do it really quickly and put it up and because you're asking people to pay monthly for this. So I want to have it proper and have like a really awesome value proposition, right? So you could be like, wow, we get like 2 exclusive videos a month, and or whatever. I haven't designed it yet, but you get this, you get that, you get a live, and then you also get special emojis and stickers that only you can use if you're a member. Like, so when you're in the chats, you can, and your comments, I think, get highlighted, so they're like priority if you're a member. Boozehammer says he wants to have a beer with Farang. This dude is all about women and the money. The students don't tip. Who cares? Just play and trip out. Dude still has a rep to maintain, bro. Focus on the music. Yeah. Is that something any of you would ever be interested in? If I had a memberships section and you could subscribe $2.99 a month, and then there'd be 2 to 3, maybe 4 videos a month that are not available to people paying for free, like watching for free. They're only for members, and like they could be more adult, like going into lady bars or going showing my personal life more, maybe showing like doing a Tinder date and making a video out of that. These kind of things that are more adult and more personal life, these would be on my memberships page, and it'd just be way more content. And then what I could also do for members is any of the free videos, they'll appear on the members page like a few days earlier, so you'd have like first dibs on watching videos, and then they appear on the free thing. So you'd get first crack at any free videos, and then you get exclusive videos that the free people don't get, and then you get lives that only members get, and you get special emojis and stickers, and your comments are highlighted, and you can feel like you're supporting a good guy. Pierce says he'd join. Yeah, I think you mentioned that once before too. Yeah. First dibs, exclusive videos. I think it automatically will give you like special stickers and emojis. I know a lot of you probably think, who cares about that? But it automatically will do that. So you get those. It'd be cool to do a "where should I go?" Then just walk around to where we say, or a poll. Yeah, I could, on my community page, I could put a poll saying like maybe 4 different places and see where you guys vote where I should go. You can poll chat. Interesting. Do you have any ideas now? I got the girl bars. So girl bars is one. We got to end this pretty soon because my battery's only at 40% now. And I got to walk around all day and then tuk-tuk home, and I didn't bring my phone charger. It's already been over an hour. Greetings from Pretoria, South Africa. Greetings, Jonathan. Thanks for joining us. I'm having a breakfast. I'll show you guys where I am if you didn't see at the beginning here. So I'm on the Riverside in Phnom Penh at like a bar, cafe, and I'm having this breakfast I've been neglecting because I've been in the chat. My egg's getting cold. It's a beautiful day. It's not, lately it's been like 38, 39 degrees here with humidity feeling like 44. Today it's more like 29 or 30 with a breeze, so it's like nice and more comfortable, but still hot. Show some menus. I already did at the beginning, but they took it away now because I ordered. It was expensive here, like between $4 and $12. Moonlight, Mist, and Memories. Yeah, I've seen you commenting and being in my lives for a long time now. Thank you for the support. I know you've been following me for a while. Hey Tom, hope you're doing well. I still feel food is where it's at. So they're speaking in terms of what I should make videos about. Food is where it's at. The local markets, local foods. There's so much interest in food. Everyone loves to eat. Yeah, it's true. Who's saying Riverside looks so cool. Everyone outside just hanging out. Don't see that in America. Yeah, it's like all the restaurant and storefronts along the Riverside have patios and people chilling, and a really good vibe. How was the month-long accommodation at your Tesla program? Well, I'll be honest, it's not luxurious. It was in a guest house. So it's like a very, very, very basic hotel room. That's what it's like. Or like a motel room. Everything looks really dated. You have no really frills or extras, but you have air conditioning, your own bathroom, Wi-Fi, a bed and a desk. Like everything you need. But you don't have to like hang out in there, right? You take 2 steps out of the guest house and the whole city's your oyster. You could sit on one of these patios I'm at now or whatever. And I'm pretty sure since I took the course, I think that they've moved the accommodation to a nicer hotel. To a nicer guest house. But still, you shouldn't expect like the Ritz-Carlton or something. Like it's going to be, you know, everything you need, but it's not going to be some luxury Instagram post of like some modern luxurious hotel. It's like it's just a guest house. So you'd have a simple room with a bed, a desk, a bathroom, air conditioning, Wi-Fi. The one that I was into, it had no elevator, and I was on the top floor, so I had to go up. It was to the 4th floor, and every floor had 2 flights of stairs. So it was like 8 flights of stairs every time. So imagine your Uber Eats guy, or here it's like Food Panda. My food's ready, so I have to go down 8 flights of stairs just to grab my little soup, and then go up 8 flights of stairs to eat it in my room. So that was annoying, but I don't know. It depends how much of a little baby you are. Like, can you, I don't want to go up the stairs. Like, don't be a friggin' baby and just... How much luxury do you need? You're already in paradise. Like, yeah, I think you can. Even with the TEFL course, you could sign up for the course and then tell them, don't give me the accommodation. And they'll take away just that cost. And you can find your own apartment or your own whatever. And it might be cheaper. I imagine you'd probably end up spending the same. Like if you found a cheap apartment for yourself instead, it would end up costing the same, but you might prefer those living conditions better than the guest house because you'd have your own apartment, you know, your own space. You might have better, might be better. Like you have an elevator, or you might have a nicer, you'd have a kitchen maybe, or you might have a balcony. You might have your own washing machine. But I don't think you'd really save money by not taking the accommodation. You could just maybe get your own that's a bit better accommodation, but it would cost the same. The principal at your school, a Barang or local? He's a local Khmer guy. Can't speak English very well. But the vice principal, she's speaks English really well, and she's, I think, half American and half from Taiwan. So she's like an Asian woman, but she speaks English perfectly. They limit how high you can advance usually. Vietnam can have foreign principals though. Now I've seen schools here that have like American principals, and it's possible. Usually you have to be able to speak Khmer. Like our vice principal, I was asking her why isn't she trying to get the principal job. It's because she can't speak Khmer fluently. Because imagine if parents had a concern, you have to be able to speak Khmer. How are you going to be the leader and not speak English? Well, like they do assembly every Monday and Friday, like so the whole school stands outside and the principal talks to everyone on a microphone, and he only speaks in Khmer to everyone. And then to us, sometimes he'll walk by and say like oh hello guys, or oh hot day today, or like, you know, he'll say like just a couple words, like he can speak English a little bit, or you could ask him something like, oh, where should the teachers go now? And then he might say, oh, go to library. But like so he understands and can answer back, but he's not like Mr. English at all. Like he can get by. He can understand you and then answer you, but it's really small. Parang says, "Hello, what you name? You ooh so hot." No, they usually go, "Oh, handsome man, handsome man. You have girlfriend? You have girlfriend? Handsome man." Booze Hammer. Oh, about that. Are they Khmer classes for foreigners? When I come there, I want to learn the language. Yeah, there is. And there's, if you look on Facebook, there's meetups and events that are free. You can go to bars. I think there's one called Planta, a bar or a restaurant. And it's right beside a place called Craft that I've played at. And they do meetups once a week where there's a couple local people there teaching Khmer, and expats show up and try to learn Khmer, and you can practice with the other people that have shown up to learn. Like, so you learn a few Khmer words, and you can try to practice off the Khmer people or other expats, and you meet up every week and you slowly get better and better. I haven't gone to it, but there's even free ones. But yeah, there's classes you can take too. You can do language exchange too. Like, you could easily find a Khmer person where you could make a deal where you teach them a little English and they'll teach you a little Khmer. Like, you can get it for free probably. You go liberally. I don't know what that means. Hey, Israel. Mean. Paul Cleary. Hey, Paul. Wow, I've been going for like an hour and 10 minutes and there's people coming in. Is saving money as a teacher easy in Cambodia? Yeah, it is. You could easily save like 300 a month, or like very easily 200 a month, and then 300. Like, I could save 300 a month for sure, and I think that's including going out, buying my things I buy every month for myself and for my lifestyle or whatever, and then everything I get, and that's not really holding back that much. If I was, especially on food, I told you guys, on my food and drinks and everything in a day, I'll spend around 10 a day, and you could get by with like $6 a day. So if that's like a $4 difference, and $4 a day every month in a month adds up to like 120. So if I was like cheaper on food, I could save another 120 a month. So I'd say it's possible. If you crack down, you could save like 300 or 400. And my apartment right now is 300 a month. You could have, I'm going to move. When I move, I'm going to try to aim for like 150 a month to 200 a month. And then right there, I'll save an extra 150 a month. So you could almost save like 400 a month here if you really had a cheap apartment and pushed hard. Or if you go out a lot and spend money, you could still save like 200 a month US. And that's eating whenever you want, going out, like buying stuff, like everything. There are YouTube channels that teach Khmer too, Jonathan says. Nice. Okay, walk around the street you're on. Greetings from Australia, aka Hot Canada. Greetings, Paul. Good to have you. Hey, if anyone in here is not subscribed, you should subscribe to the channel. And people always ask me, why don't you ever tell us when you're going live? Because they miss it. Well, hit the bell icon. I know that's cliche. All YouTubers keep saying, oh, hit the bell icon. But do it, because then you won't miss when I go live, and you can hang out every time I go live. Come hang out with me. Because I do it randomly. How's it been with the girls? You've been dating? A little bit. There's Tinder and Bumble. There's all the dating apps here. But I'm staying really focused on this social media, YouTube grind, and the bands. I play in 2 bands, teach full time, and I'm trying to carry this YouTube channel. So I'm on the apps, and you get matches, but it's like just a game. It's like a video game for fun. I'm not actually doing any real dating. And the dating apps, they're really centered towards people that are like 19 to 30, you know what I mean? And I'm 37 and a half, so I'm like getting old. I'm out of most of the girls that I'm swiping through are not looking for 37-year-olds. And I'm not the type that's going to go out and pay for it. Like, I don't go and hire lady girls or whatever. So So to be honest, there's not been a lot of dating, but if you're wondering if there will be when you come here, there's so much opportunity. So just because I'm not doing it, that doesn't show like there's no opportunity. There's a lot of my friends are dating or have had several girlfriends, and it's very common. Let's see here. Are you a hockey fan? Well, just in general, I'm not really a sports fan at all, but because I come from Canada, yeah, like hockey would be our sport, right? So I am kind of Toronto Maple Leafs. Have you tried any exotic fruits in Cambodia, such as durian, mangosteen, or breadfruit? I've had breadfruit and mangosteen. Durian, I've seen it, and if you don't know, I'm sure you know, but other people here, durian really stinks. It smells really weird, and like people either like it or most people hate the smell of it. And it's got this taste that is acquired. People that like it really love the taste of it, but it smells really crazy. A lot of hotels or elevators or lunchrooms will have big signs saying no durian, like a circle with a line through it, because it stinks and bothers everybody. You can name the live shows Tom Hangs Out. Yeah. Tom Trips Out, or Come See Me Live and Hang Out. Tom Hangs Out. No, you're not. Zed Foulier says, we're about to sweep the Leafs in 4 games, the Florida Panthers. No, we let you win the first 3 because we want to make a big comeback and crush you and show that Canada is stronger than America. Get ready to be crushed. Matthew, I love durian. It gives a little buzz too. All right, in the next like 5 minutes, I gotta stop this live because it's almost been an hour and a half and my batteries are dying, and I need this phone to order a tuk-tuk home later. I'm gonna make some videos here in the next couple hours and then take a tuk-tuk home and my phone will die. So if there's anything else you want to say or ask, you have like 5 more minutes. Thanks again to the people that donated. I really appreciate it a lot. It's really exciting for me because I just was monetized, so it's interesting to see like, does it actually work, and if I put a lot of work into this channel and get a lot of value going, will people actually appreciate it and recognize it? And so far it is, and I'm really thankful to have you guys part of my channel. What's your music genre? I like all kinds of music. Lately I've been listening to a lot of reggae. I'm a bass player, so I think that's why. The band I'm about to join is like Rage Against the Machine, like hard rock and hip hop. I used to play in punk bands. I like rock and roll and blues and soul and Motown, jazz. I really don't like techno and EDM because I get really entranced in what I'm listening to, so my heartbeat, and I start to get too restless with that kind of music. It's too crazy. So like techno and jungle, I don't really do that, like listening to that kind of music unless it's the real chill stuff. Like I guess they call it trip hop or chill house, or I don't know all the names of it, but for EDM I only like the really chill stuff because otherwise it gets my heart going too much and I don't like that. Oh my god. Booze Hammer. Thank you. Of course, bro. You're a part of the reason why I'm coming there. I'm glad I can inspire you. If you know anyone else too, share these videos and get them into the Tom Trips Out team, the Tom Trips Out army. We're building a community here. I like to see you guys. I was seeing it happen now. You're all talking to each other too in the chat. So we're making a community. We're making we're all becoming friends. It's not only asking me stuff. You can answer each other and bounce ideas off each other in my chat. So my lives can be a place to come to share ideas with everyone, right? Bulls on Parade, yeah. Hi, Tom from Bulgaria. I'm a Leafs fan too. Right on. They're letting us down right now though. They lost 3 games to Florida. What about Aphex Twin? That's a good idea. Could be. We only started learning the first 4 or 5 songs. We're going to have like 30 or 40, so that might be a great idea. Aphex Twin is super weird, but their music is pretty toe tapper for sure. Yeah. So Boozhammer, do you already have your TEFL or TESOL certificate, or you should, if you don't, you should look into the course I took. I'd really recommend it. It makes everything so easy because they take care of everything and then they line you up with a job, and before you know it, your life is going on over here. There's a link in the description to take the path I took, if anyone's interested. And you could at least, like, clicking on the link is just, you can just read about the information. It's not like you're signing up. It's worth looking into at least. And then you can send them an email. They're really responsive and helpful if you reach out to them. They can answer any of your questions. Then even if you already have a TEFL, they have some programs that are just designed to set you up with a job. So look into it either way. Nah, saving up 5,000 before I make the jump. Yeah, that's a good idea. Coming soon. Oh, Israel Mean, thank you so much. Oh my God. I appreciate you. I remember the last time I had you in the live, you also donated. Thank you so much. I think you're the first, maybe not the first, but you're one of the first who's donated twice. I can't thank you enough. You don't know what it's like. Like, I go home, I'll be shining all day and tomorrow too from this chat. I really appreciate you guys supporting me, because I put a lot of work into it and it's kind of a lonely existence over here. And you just hope that I'm putting stuff out there and people are seeing it and appreciating it. And, this is really like validating for me. It's a really positive feeling. I love you guys. Thank you so much. You're making me feel like if I work really hard, I can make this dream a reality. And I promise I'll keep bringing you the best videos I can and keep this consistent. Lots of content coming. I want to have like 2 or 3 a week plus a live or 2. I'm going to start a members page too. I said it earlier, but we had less people before. Maybe you guys weren't here yet. Really soon I'm starting a members section. It'll be like $2.99 a month or so, and there'll be exclusive videos that people watching for free cannot see those ones. And it'll be more personal ones, or maybe things that are more adult, like the lady bar streets and the happy pizza and things that, because I have a lot of young people and students that watch my channel. So I can go a bit more extreme and more adult and way more personal in my members page. And if you're someone who really wants to follow and support and see everything I'm doing, even the adult stuff, then that's coming really soon. You can sign up for that. It's only like $2.99 a month, so like the cost of a Starbucks every month, and you'll get exclusive content, exclusive lives, and you get special stickers and emojis that only you can use. Pierce, I didn't forget about you. Hang on, someone else sent one too. Paul, thank you. Have a beer at Yang Pov near Riverside. Live music. Maybe I'll do that in the next time I do a live. I'll go there and I'll say this was for Paul, who sent me money, $2.99. You have no idea how far this goes. Like, to you guys it might be pocket change, but like a meal here is like $1.50 or $2. So you're truly, honestly supporting me like big time. Thank you so much. I'm saving all these donations for when in September I'm going to try to be just a creator and musician and everything, and I'll need every penny I can to try to stretch it and be the best creator I can. So between now and September, I'm trying to save all this stuff so I can make it a reality. Pierce, you rock, man. Thank you so much. I can't wait till you get here so we can jam. You've been in a bunch of my lives, and you're the one who brought up that I should do a members section, and I've been really thinking about it since you talked about it. And that's why this is coming. I think it could be a good addition to my channel. I appreciate you, man. I'll make more videos about music for you and keep you updated on my bands and stuff like that. Why did you move to Cambodia in the first place? Well, COVID hit, and I used to be a manager at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and they closed down a bunch of branches because of COVID, and I lost my job, and I got a huge severance because I had worked there for 12 years. So now it was like, I have all this money, what should I do with my life? And I was watching videos on YouTube of people doing what I'm doing now, and I thought, I can do that. And then the rest is history. About 2 years ago, I did that. Do it. I am going to do it. It's scary too. When I tell my friends that, they're like, so you're just going to like have an apartment and just try to depend on yourself to pay for everything every month, like, and not have a steady, secure job and income? And I'm like, I can do it. Also, I could like work part-time a few hours in the evening or something, or teach online just in case I'm not making enough money. And then in the worst case, if it really goes like tits up, I could go and get another full-time teaching job. So like there's no real bad risk. I just might have to give up on the dream and go back to a full-time job again if it doesn't work. But I think if I'm planning it so far in advance that when I start in September, I'll have enough money saved to support myself for like 3 months. And then in those 3 months more, I should be able to save up money to cover the next few months. And then you just hope that the channel grows and the band starts getting more gigs, and and it starts working out well, and maybe some people want to do the path I took and they go through the same Tesla course, and then I can get some referral support from them too. Tom, do you know of Handy Rent-A-Car? No, I don't. I work for Enterprise. It's the biggest in the whole world. Like if you combine every other rental company together into one, it's still not as big as Enterprise. We're so big worldwide. Well, I keep saying we're. I don't work there anymore. So yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. My phone's starting to die. I really appreciate everyone's support and donations. I've never gotten this much before. You guys have donated twice as much as I've ever gotten. So you've really made my day, my whole weekend. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining me and hanging out. For Tom Hangs Out, right? Israel me. Thanks, Booze Hammer. You rock. Remember, how you spend your days is the way you spend your life. It's never too late to start tripping out.